Hi, my name is Emily Wingfield, and I'm so glad you're watching this today. Hopefully, this video will give you a little insight into some frequently asked questions, some ideas about the packages I offer, the difference between Enneagram and coaching. I've also broken it down below according to the timeline, so feel free to fast forward to whatever is most pertinent to you. So oftentimes people reach out to me because they know that life could be a little bit better. They have the sense that something better is out there for them and they can't quite figure out how to get there, or they want to better understand themselves to free themselves from some of the restraints that their personality has had on them. And I am so glad if that is the situation for you, because there is hope. I want to offer you that hope. I have taught hundreds of people the Enneagram and also coached hundreds of people. And I can tell you that there is so much to learn about why you do what you do and how you can free yourself from some of the frustrating aspects that might be bogging you down with your personality. A little bit that I'll share here with you is that I both teach the Enneagram and I am a coach. We're going to jump into the 5 session package I have with the Enneagram first, and then later I'll talk about how I combine that with coaching. So there are many facets to the Enneagram. There's so many different things you can learn about the Enneagram. Perhaps if you're familiar with it, some of these words might look um, like you've heard of them before. Or if you don't even know how to pronounce the Enneagram and all of this is new to you, that's okay too. I work with my clients at whatever level of interest and information they have about the Enneagram. So I can meet you wherever you are. However, in my 5 session package, we will cover a wide variety of these things. Now, this is what it looks like when you apply those concepts to the Enneagram. And if you see this and you feel a little overwhelmed, don't worry. I have spent over 160 hours with it in learning the Enneagram. I've taught over 400 people the Enneagram. And when I look at all of these images, they make perfect sense to me because I understand the tool so well. And that's where I can help you, is I can take all of the information I have learned through those 160 hours and I can condense it down into bite-sized segments that are applicable to your life. You don't need to read any of those books. You can tell me about your problem, your situation, and I can help teach you about how your Enneagram type is impacting that problem or situation and how you are viewing it through the lens of your Enneagram type. So the first package I offer is 5 sessions where I am mainly teaching you about the Enneagram. This is a loose structure that I follow. However, depending on your knowledge within the Enneagram, we can adjust to whatever you are really looking for. We start with the first week teaching about more about your Enneagram type. In the second week, we move towards behavior styles, which is um, how you go about getting your needs met. Some people are more assertive, some people are more compliant or dutiful, some people are withdraw a little bit more. Just this information will already give you aha moments as to how you move through the world and how others move through the world differently. I'd like to stack those first week, second week to get some energy going. And then after that, if you want to schedule your rest of your sessions every week, that's great. Usually people kind of stretch it out to 10 to 14 days, because when you have these dates on your calendar, you're going to be staying more aware of your behaviors and thoughts and actions, because you know that when we start the next session, I will say, so have you noticed anything about what's been going on since our last session? And just having that in the back of your mind will keep you thinking and noticing so that you can come to the next session with an example. And then we're able to use that example in our next teaching to show how the Enneagram is so active in all aspects of your life. On the third week, we'll talk about unacknowledged thinking, feeling, and doing, and also how that relates to your orientation of time, whether it's past, present, or future. We'll also talk about levels of help, which is how attached your personality is to you and how much your personality is controlling you, or perhaps not. And throughout the sessions, I'm able to notice little things in what you share that can give indicators of how you're getting healthier through our work together. Finally, we'll talk about instincts or subtypes, which might be something that you have also heard about. Within each of these teachings, I send you handouts ahead of time because my goal is not to keep all the information to myself. My goal is to give you as much information as you possibly want to learn about the Enneagram because it has been so powerful in my life and powerful in the hundreds of lives of people I have taught. And I know it will be powerful in transformation for your life as well. Speaking of transformation, that is the goal of the Enneagram. It is not just information, it is transformation. And we truly want you to move from the caterpillar into the cocoon and to the butterfly. And I promise once you go through that transformation, you don't want to go back. You will still have the essence of you, who you are, but it will be in a more free setting versus being constrained by your personality. How this transformation looks is moving left to right. The first thing we're going to do is name. We're going to learn about putting words to your motivations, your thoughts, beliefs, values, and how you see the world through the name, through your personality. And just being able to name these things is already going to bring you awareness. And then we are going to work on starting to notice them. I love this quote. I free myself not by trying to be free, but by simply noticing how I am imprisoning myself in the very moment that I am imprisoning myself. And that's what you're going to start doing. You're going to start catching yourself and noticing when some of these personality traits are happening. And then we'll discuss it in each of our sessions. The last thing we're going to work towards is nurturing that change. So, actually increasing the tolerance for some of those uncomfortable feelings and nurturing that it's okay to feel a little uncomfortable as you start to transform. And how that works is there's a great quote by Viktor Frankl. So, between stimulus and response, there is a space. And in that space is our power to choose our response. And in our response lies our growth and our freedom. So prior to learning any of this information, there has been a stimulus and you have just been on automatic pilot with your personality and you have responded. However, as we do this work, you can start to learn that there is a stimulus and that you can pause. You do not have to have an automatic reaction. You can pause and you can choose to respond with conscious awareness versus react in your personality. So, as we do the work, there will be a stimulus. You will learn to pause. You'll learn to all of the things you've named and noticed. And then you'll say, you know what? Do I want to do my typical reaction and just react? Or do I want to do something a little bit different this time and respond in a different way than I normally do? And through nurturing that awareness and that pause is what's going to give you the freedom to be able to choose your reactions versus just having your reactions influence you. So we're going to use this name, notice, nurture throughout all of our sessions. And that is what is going to lead to transformation and more freedom and joy in your life. So that is the 5 sessions learning about the Enneagram. The other thing I do is coaching. I love this image because what coaching does is when you have this tangle of thoughts, of just a swirl of emotions and thoughts running through your mind, what I do with coaching is I hold up a mirror and I'm just a bit of a sounding board and I can pull out the threads of different thoughts that I hear that are all swirling in your head. But because I am not attached to that situation, because it's not my own situation, I have some perspective on it. I'm able to just hold up a mirror and say, well, it sounds like this might be going on. And what are your hopes with this? And what was the motivation behind that? And I promise you, when you spend 60 minutes on one topic, you are going to walk away with awareness, aha moments, and some action steps. And that is the idea behind coaching. With coaching, it's different than therapy because therapy looks to the past to understand why you are doing what you're doing, which is wonderful. I love therapy. However, coaching takes you where you are and tries to help build a bridge to where you want to be through asking deep, insightful questions that are often what or how questions. What do you want your life to look like? How can you build to that goal? So rather than looking to the past, we are looking to the future and building that bridge. It is so powerful. How the 10 session package looks like is for the first 5 sessions, we're learning about the Enneagram. And then in those next 5 sessions, we're taking the information you have learned about yourself through the lens of the Enneagram, and then we're applying it to coaching. Coaching can cover a wide variety of topics of business, personal goals, mindset shifts, roadblocks, and it is so powerful. Now, what does it look like to work together? So, first of all, I schedule the sessions beginning once a week, and then after that, every 7 to 10 to 14 days, depending on your schedule. I have a website program where you can schedule it at your own convenience. I send out handouts ahead of time for the Enneagram teaching, and then I do send out prep form questions for the coaching just to kind of get your head in the right mindset for the coaching program. My ideal client is someone who is ready to do the work. So I will work just as hard as you. When I am working with a client, I am all in. So I ask that you show up ready to go, ready to notice things going on between our sessions. And I promise you, you will see a transformation and have dramatic changes. What it's like to work with me as a coach is I am incredibly curious. I love learning about people, just getting to know them. I am completely present to the call, to you, to your situation. Sometimes you might get texts from me or emails from me in between sessions of just a podcast I heard that made me think of you, or some insight that just came to mind that I wanted to share with you. I'm going to give you a language to describe what you are experiencing and then action steps to make it better. And I like to joke that I used to be a cheerleader in high school, and you will see that come out because I do truly believe in the goodness of people and the hope that things can get better. And I just naturally get excited for growth when I see it in people. So I am going to be a cheerleader for you and a bit of an accountability partner. And I will say the hard things that need to be said, but I will say it through kindness and compassion because I just want things to get better for you. So, what you can expect to experience through these sessions is improved relationships, increased self confidence, finding meaning and purpose in your life, and experiencing happiness and contentment, knowing that you are making choices with your eyes wide open, knowing as much as you can about yourself versus going through life on automatic pilot. And get ready to leave some things behind, similar to the butterfly analogy. This is what you can leave behind if you do this work: feeling like others have it better than you, feeling like the victim, feeling stuck in a rut in your relationship and that you're just going through the motions, wondering why you work so hard and others don't, having hurt feelings and misunderstandings in relationships because of miscommunication. Because once you gain awareness, all of your relationships improve as well. One of my favorite sayings for the Enneagram is that learning the Enneagram will increase your compassion, decrease your frustration, and improve your relationships. And that is exactly what I have seen it do in hundreds of people. So these are, I would love the chance to work together. These are the 2 packages I offer, but please fill out a form to do a 30-minute discovery call with me because we can adjust. If you're just looking for coaching, we can just do that. I want to work with you to help you improve your life as much as you possibly can because it is worth doing that. So, if all of this sounded good to you, please sign up for a free 30-minute discovery call, and I would love to speak further about working together. Thanks.